Hey Mark, can you tell me about add parameter?
Rory, this refactoring is useful. It adds a parameter to a method and it does it in a way that saves you a lot of time. To show it to you first, I'll come in here into this um, uh, method called compress drive, and we've got this drive class and we're calling set attributes on it. And what we want to do is we want to essentially add an undo engine parameter, something like this, of this type right up here. I'm just going to copy that to the clipboard. I want to add that and pass it in from here all the way down in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down all the way in so we can see this. So if I hit tab to tab to next reference, you can see here's the declaration for the class drive, the method set attributes. In there, it's got a root folder. I can go to its set attributes call, and now I'm inside the folder class. And you can see here that it's got a for each loop, goes through all the folders. And then we also go through all the files as well, and we call the file set attributes method. So, and now we're inside the file class. So here's where I want to add the undo engine right in here is what I want to do.
Okay.
So what I'm going to go right here to the declaration for this, and I'm going to put the caret where I want the parameter to go. So I can put it here, or I could put it at the beginning, either place. And I press the CodeRush key, and I'm going to choose add parameter. Now I have the type of what I want to add already on the clipboard, so I'll just paste that in, and then I'll hit enter, and then CodeRush will give me a good name suggestion for that based on the type. So I'll just hit enter again, like that. And now it's going to take me to all the calls. So I'm right here, I've got that on the clipboard, I'm just going to paste that in, but I'm going to just change it to a lowercase. Now that doesn't exist here yet, but that's okay. It's just going to take me to all the calls, and in this case, that's the last call. I hit enter on it. It doesn't take me anywhere else. Okay, so now I can. Now I'm left with this one, which is here, here, and here. It's actually a recursive call here. So I'll just come up here again, and I'll hit the CodeRush key. I'll choose add parameter. This time it's suggesting undo engine because it defaults to the last type you already declared.
Sure.
So just remembering I already declared it as undo engine. It saves me a step. I don't have to paste it. Just hit enter. Now it declares it for me. Now notice the call down inside that didn't work is now working because I've got the right type going in here. I'm going to hit enter now on this field. And now it takes me in here to the call. This is the recursive call. And I'll just paste in again and just edit that so that we're pasting in that lowercase undo engine in back recursively. And then it takes us out to here, and it defaults to the now undo engine as the call because of the last call that I had. The last place that I said I want to have a lowercase variable called undo engine. So that's okay. We'll just keep it. We'll hit enter. And now we're done. We've managed to update all the calls. So now I'm in this method. I just come up here one more time, add parameter, 1, 2, like that. And then what do I want to do here? I'm just going to paste this in, lowercase it. And here I've got it already declared up here as a field you can see. And that's it. I'm done. It's very, very fast to take these kinds of recursive calls or calls to the same kind of declaration. We had a method called set attributes, and we just changed it everywhere, right? Before it used to just take file attributes we want to change, and now it takes an undo engine so we can reverse that situation. And we made changes to at least 3 different methods and updated all calls to all those methods throughout the entire solution with a minimum of keystrokes.
Yeah, that's very nice. I mean, without CodeRush, you could certainly add an extra parameter, but now you're going to introduce all kinds of compile time errors, and you're going to have to manually go and find each and every one of those. CodeRush is now going to take you through all the call sites to the method you're modifying and give you the option to put stuff in there exactly the way you want it. And even if you don't want to put anything in that particular instance, it offers you the null option as well. So you could just go enter, 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 and you would have something that was at least valid. So it's much quicker, much more sensible defaults, and of course it helps you with the naming as well.
Yeah,
Great stuff.
Yeah, it is. And I can tell you're kind of wrapping up like you think we're done, but we're not. There's a different way to use add parameter. You just saw me do it from the declaration, but I can also do it from a method call. So for example, here I've got a method called calculate monthly payment. And I've got an XML doc comment for it. I added that because I want to show you what happens when we add a parameter to something that's already got an XML doc comment to it. Okay. Now, inside this method to calculate the monthly payment, we have a variable called amount financed, and we're just setting it equal to the purchase price. But sometimes we might want to make a down payment and we might want to pass that in as an additional parameter. But let's say I'm not here. Let's say instead I'm in the client code, maybe down here, and I've got a call to calculate monthly payment. You can see 3 of them I've got here in the code. And here I've got a class called loan, and I'm passing in its months, interest rate, its item price. But I bet loan has also got a property called down payment. There it is right there. So I can just take that. Let me just cut that to the clipboard now that I have that. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose add parameter. It's going to suggest null as the argument. I'm going to now paste in what I had on the clipboard, and I could use, of course, could have just used IntelliSense again to get this. I'm going to hit enter. And now it's suggesting other locations where I want to pass in. It sees the other calls, and well, here I'll just pass in 0 here and here because these are just test methods to it. I don't need to pass in a down payment. And now we're at this location, and I'll just call it down payment like that. Hit enter here, and now there's the variable right there. I can give it a description as well. And now I can come down in here and I can say amount financed, make that change, come in here, make the description the down payment, that sort of thing. So it's very easy to make a change, to add the parameter, and to do it from the calling site. What's really cool about that is that you don't have to specify, you save yourself the time of specifying the type for the new parameter. If you've got an expression on the clipboard, or you can write an expression right there or something, and then CodeRush can figure out what the type is. So they're both very useful ways, different ways to use add parameter. You can do it from the calling site or from the declaration.
Very nice indeed, Mark. Excellent stuff.